Say
That's for
review.
me small.
Please, I didn't say anything. Accra be hard, so stress for the yard, but we still go day streets. We for find some meats.
Stay by plan, stay by plan. All the girls, all the boys, for stay by plan. Stay by plan, Accra, stay by plan. All the boys, all the girls, for stay by plan. Stay by plan, stay by plan. All the boys, all the girls, for stay by plan. Just a stay by plan with Afi Zuu. All the G's for Accra, shall we there for you? If you also want react, then that be cool. Hashtag stay by plan, shall we there for you? Hi guys, it's a new day. Welcome to another episode of Stay by Plan. As you can see, I look happy because we're about to talk about sustainability. But first, wow, I can't believe I forgot. I said now I always read 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts.
And I'm sitting in Zoo seats today, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, we have to switch it
So,
up. You
yeah,
know,
switching things up.
she wanted to steal my shine, but God is not. How do you say this? God
is
no be
not
lefty.
I hate that statement so much because I'm left-handed. Like, what's wrong with being a left-handed? What does that mean? God no be. What's that supposed to mean? What does it mean?
Hey, the English stuff is not even coming. You must really hate it.
No, what does that mean? That God self no be left. What does that mean?
It just means God no be lefty. What does it mean?
You can talk.
I mean, what does it mean?
I have no idea. Like, it's so disrespectful. I find it very disrespectful. Have you finished finding your reviews?
I don't know. I don't know if I've read it already.
You can read it
Oh, this
again.
one's by me. 5-star review by me. And I said, best podcast ever. And then I followed up by saying, I'm on it, so I know. Trust me, bro. So yes, if you want to listen to the best podcast ever, there's a review by a guy called Zuu. And I think you should listen to what he said. So yeah. And follow us on social media, Stay by
No,
Plan
you can't
Pod.
put your hand there. Put your hand back.
Are you uncomfortable with my arm behind you?
No.
Hey!
She's fine. Stay by Plan Pod. God.
Our
Stay
we
by
agenda
Plan
Sorry,
Pod
this.
no, it's okay.
everywhere.
You are what?
Agenda this.
Oh no, I've not said that. I'm trying to support you, but like you're okay, you're comfortable.
See, let me tell you, just get used to it. That's how she is.
It's
Welcome
alright,
to the
just
podcast.
it's okay. It's alright.
So yeah, we have here Nabeela in a lovely pink dress. You know, she's very happy to be here. And then this, if you don't know, that's Afi, the boring ass grey pants and some dress be on top.
Anita, Zoo is basically saying that Afro Wolf is not a good design because he's coming to say negative things about the shirt I'm wearing.
I just said some top.
You said it in a bad way.
No, you read it. You never mind. And I'm Zoo. Welcome to Stay by Plan.
I think there's a flirting spirit on this chair. God, I'm more serious.
Because you've been flirting.
Me?
Because you said this was your seat though.
No, because every time I happen to sit with some types of guests here,
So
they
you have
try.
been flirting.
No, I haven't been flirting. They have been flirting with me. So right now, that Zoo is the one sitting there. I think it attacks the people who have like flawed morals. Do you
You
get?
don't say.
Anyway, today we are talking about sustainability. So tell us, what is sustainability?
Bro, if I said I had a definition to that, I'd be a liar.
Oh,
Afi,
say
please.
it how you understand it.
No, this girl is
Please.
really shocking me with her whole. Oh my god, guys, I'm so shy.
She did
to
a
be on the
podcast live
She's
show,
doing
bro,
some
last
funny,
week.
funny things, and now she's on the podcast, and then she's over here doing
I'm shy.
some things towards me.
Because I want to
I'm
make your
so-
people happy. I don't think sustainability
so you are-
is their
so-
thing.
okay,
So I
so
would
you are-
never.
it's their
You are
thing.
basically like using me as a pawn to like
No
make
man.
people
No man.
interested.
No
So
man.
you are just
No
using
man.
me.
Pardon me.
No, no.
I'll behave myself.
No, you won't.
I will.
This behavior is not sustainable.
We gonna check it.
So what's sustainability?
So in my words, I think sustainability is a concept, very simply, that attempts to create a world that is healthy and fair. No, so there's like economical sustainability, there's like social sustainability, there's like environmental sustainability. Or at least those are the ones I like to focus on. No, just making sure. And I think, you know, when I say attempts to be fair, in all reality, we can't have absolute fairness. But, you know, an attempt at it, it's like good enough.
Understand. So wait, before we get into it, who are you and what do you do? Because we don't know you. Just some lady in a
She's
pink
really
dress.
something else.
Some lady in a pink dress who's just talking about sustainability. Like, why should we care? Who are you?
Who am I? Okay, so my name is Nabeela, and I'm your sustainability BFF. That's just all I can say because I don't do serious stuff. It's just like
So
playful.
sustainability is your life.
It is my life. Yeah, it is my
You have
life.
like a 9 to 5 that requires you to be saying stuff like this, or it's like a genuine passion?
It's a genuine
Or it's a bit of
passion.
both?
No, yeah, it's a bit of both.
Right.
It's a lot of both. It's a genuine passion that takes up like all my time. So now that's all I'm focusing on. I've been working on Go-To.
What's that? Go to.
So Go-To is going to be your hub for everything sustainability. And Go-To is going to make you excited to embrace sustainability. Because Go-To is going to convince you that when you embrace sustainability, you improve your life, you save some bucks, and you take care of the planet you live in.
Right.
So Go-To is going to try to convince you to embrace a sustainable lifestyle. And we're going to do that through like fun community engagement activities. So for now, Go-To has been taking up my time. It's my baby and I'm just trying to grow it.
Oh, that's so sweet.
For you all.
So so let's like have a conversation about the whole sustainability thing. You were saying economic sustainability and you mentioned something else.
Social.
So can you like give, because you always like, even when you watch like movies and stuff, like they always make a mockery of the people who are like, oh, sign this petition to save our planet. Right? So actually, I just want to know, like, what's your take on that, especially even in the Ghanaian society where people feel like we have like way more problems than sustainability. Right?
First of all, I especially in the Ghanaian context, like you said, I haven't seen any testament to, signing of a petition making anything happen.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten it. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist or it's never happened. Yeah. I haven't seen
it. Me too, I haven't seen it myself.
Yeah. Exactly. So for those who make a mockery of it, like, yeah, sure. But then also for the people who are signing the petition and the people who are telling you, go sign the petition to save the earth, they're actually trying to look out for you.
Right.
So, I think it's insulting. Sure, you're allowed to insult people if you want to, but it's insulting almost to like mock those people that like are only trying to help you and I in the environment.
Yeah.
But in the Ghanaian context, that isn't going to work because, like you said, we have bigger problems. If you ask me, I think one of our biggest problems in Ghana is poverty.
Yeah.
That's the reality of it. And a poor man isn't going to take time to care about, to go sign a petition, to take a strike on Friday, to raise placards and say, save Mother Earth, save Mother Earth.
Yeah.
So, coming from a sustainability point of view, how do we tackle that? Well, let's help the poor man. Not be poor anymore, because then the poor man can care. How can we do that? In the Ghanaian context, I'm thinking create jobs. Create fair wages. Give people the money that they deserve for the work well done. So create more entrepreneurship. People are going to probably bite me for this, and rightfully so, because the Ghanaian environment is so hostile. The business environment is so hostile to people that try to start a business. It's almost as if they are punishing you. So if you ask me, instead of us signing petitions for save the ocean, it's relevant. But why don't you use that energy to, can you take down these taxes? Can you give us these subsidies? Because then local businesses can thrive. They can scale up production. They can participate in global free market.
Create some jobs.
Thank you very much. It's simple. And it's circular. It keeps running in, like one process runs into the other. And it continues. Like a bicycle, right? You paddle forward, you don't paddle backwards.
So I have a question for you. And it's kind of an existential question, right? So like, you, Nabeela, in the grand scheme of things in this world, you are this tiny speck on Earth, right? And the Earth humans have been on the Earth for thousands of years.
100.
Like, why do you care? Do you understand? Like, people were there before you. You will die. People will come after you.
Yeah.
Like, why do you feel like, oh my God, you guys, we need to save the planet? Because if they save the planet, they don't save the planet, you will die. You will not be here to enjoy whether it's been saved or not. So, like, why do you care?
Charlie, why do I care? It be like this thing started when I finished SS.
Yeah.
In fact, I failed my maths. I had F in maths. So, Charlie, I know if you go school, me and my parents know if you go school.
Oh, was not you alone?
Yeah. Oh, me and the people then at the 6th class, mommy couldn't do
Wait.
But Kesuwa, I study medicine right now. So, like,
So how did she start studying medicine if she had an
no,
F?
we all went to writing of deck.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's that be about 2 years, you know. In that 2 years, I write first one where I feel. Where then of deck 2. I was writing just one. So it's not like my whole time was to Nobdeck. And home alone, I watched a lot of Al Jazeera.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of news, and that just upset me.
Yeah.
So now, like, I was so upset. Anyone who knows me knows I would, like, rant on my WhatsApp and my Twitter. I would rant. Yeah. And then I found, ranting doesn't do much. It doesn't do anything. So now I started volunteering. So when I was in uni, Legon, I volunteered the whole time through. So you know what? Let me just say I care because it is my thing. Let's just say I'm just self-absorbed about sustainability, and it is how I pacify my anger, and so it is how I deal with my anger at the things that are going wrong, because I just refuse to sit down and watch them go wrong. If I have the audacity to be angry, then I should have the audacity to channel that energy to something. So it could be, why do I care? Because I could, through what I'm doing, change the lives of 10 people. Yeah. One thing about it, you have to be practical. It's like finance, right? Like finance, people will tell you, oh, budget your money. Yeah. Put your money in assets. Buy stuff that will accumulate in value. Somebody if they say somebody go invest in stock, he blow, but still he say YOLO. You go chop your money, make the money finish. It's the same thing for sustainability. People are just not gonna care, and by not caring, nothing happens, because Zuu thinks he's just here, he's gonna die, he doesn't do anything. You think the same, you don't do anything.
I don't think.
Just giving an example, bro. Let her land.
Asking.
Let me land.
But yeah, please land.
Thank you, Afi. Yeah, I'm still on your side.
I know.
Sorry.
Letting spirits has to transfer to you now.
Let me behave myself.
You see?
Anyway, so it's like, I'm self-awareness is key. I'm very aware that I won't change the world, but this is my world. I know from Chadu to Weja to Kaswa, and if I'm able to change things there, then so be it. I'm not ridiculous enough to think, oh, everybody jump on my sustainability train, let's go make things work. But I'll be excited if that happens. Yeah.
So I want to put top up on Zuu's question. I don't know if you believe in God or a higher power, but don't you feel like God has already sort of made the ecosystem the way it is? Zuu is vegan, so Zuu is not eating that many animals. I'm not vegan, so I'm eating a few animals.
I feel like to say this.
No, I'm just giving an example. But everybody knows, but Zuu knows deep down that I'm going to become vegan at some point, because I
think the one that's always touching on the fact that Zuu is vegan.
I know, I should get it up. Nobody, me. Zuu is vegan. But I digress. Basically, what I'm saying is there's this whole ecosystem. The lion eats the deer that eats the grass, whatever, and there's this whole thing, it works,
like a life cycle.
The life cycle is working, and it has been working for so long. If something bad happens, the ecosystem readjusts and then everything comes back to equilibrium. So God they manage the thing himself. So why are you praying? Yes,
I feel you.
Why are you praying? I want to know, why are you praying? You dey pray, you are trying to do your own thing.
But
why are you praying?
Because human beings are taking it too far beyond what God initially wants. I mean, maybe I don't know. I was not there when God said I want to like this. But the way things are going, there's scientific evidence, there's facts, there's figures that we are heading towards
a doom.
Yeah, that's the best word. Yeah. So I understand. Me, I mean, I feel like I don't think I'm the most sustainable in terms of the way I think, and then say the things that I do. Yeah. Aside from the way I eat, But I think about it a lot. Like, oh, this thing I'm doing, I could do it in a better way. Yeah. Instead of taking an Uber to this place, it's just I can walk. Yeah. And it's cheaper too. Just like the sun is hot, but I go to I don't need to turn on the AC right now. These like small things that I think about. I feel like I'm kind of deviating, but
but like I'm just playing a devil's advocate, honestly.
Yeah, these are the things I actually advocate for. Yeah. So I'm not one of those people that think that by acting a certain way, we're going to stop the planet from warming, and I don't concern myself with stuff like that. But like I said, I concern myself with the quality of life. Yeah. If let's say you're eating lettuce that has been sprayed with very dangerous weedicides, you're basically destroying your gut. Yeah. And now scientists, I've been reading a lot of new research that's saying that, your gut health is connected to your mental health. Definitely. Your gut health is connected to physical health. So now we have like all these conversations around mental health issues. Everybody there's an assumption that, it's always been, and there's a growing awareness. But scientists are saying, no, our food systems are going bad. That's affecting our body, and that's creating this thing. Right. In 2020, I sat through a presentation, and Heather Trotman, she worked with the Ministry of Science and Technology. She presented her findings. They went to Agbublushi, the scrap market, where they burn the scraps. And they took air samples, and they checked the air samples. They broke down the air samples, and the chemicals that were in the air samples had the capacity to alter hormone levels in people.
Wow.
But but these are the realities, So it's like there are all these things that we're doing, they're coming back to affect us. So my sustainability really goes back to the quality of life. If you segregate your waste, right? You put the plastic in the bin, your plastic waste in another bin, and they pick it up and they recycle it. You reduce the amount of waste that's going into your organic bin, and you reduce the amount of money you're spending on waste management.
Wait. You mentioned recycle. Me, I've not, my whole life, I don't think I've seen like recycled. I mean, you always see on the bottles like, recycled plastic. But who is recycling? Because the people that can take the trash from my area, they are not taking it to any recycling plants.
Sometimes they're exporting. In Ghana, they export a lot of the plastics that we get. And then I just came from some place in Laboni, right across from Vida Cafe, trashy bags. Yeah. It's there. The evidence is there.
Yeah, I've seen
plastic
that place,
bags, exactly. So people are doing that. So they're taking the plastics off of your street. They are reducing your cost of waste management. Yeah. And when I look at Ghana, I'm thinking where we're heading economically, we should be coming back to sustainable living. It's for your good and it's for my good. Because there's a lot of pretense around in our society. See the thing they do, if you afford them. People will buy, let me take a job. Get more people at our ages. Not that I'm not saying you're poor if you're my age, but you're Ghanaian.
Well, how old are you?
I'm not telling you.
My age. Me, I want to know.
We're young.
Okay, give me a range. 20s.
No, baby girl for life.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's definitely in her 30s.
No, Afi is taking a jab at me because before the show I said she's a sweet mommy.
Yeah, I mean,
on Friday evening, you're saying your body is paining.
You didn't lie, Mom. So
I don't know.
She's been complaining her body is paining her the whole time. What would I say?
The mommies that.
Do you know why my body's hurting though?
I don't know.
Sorry, you. Please, let's move on. Let's move on.
So, but like, just to say, we all know the average Ghanaian at our age is like struggling with money, but they will take our money because they can, and they would like buy a pretty little. Listen, I'm Afi Zuu. Disclaimer, not stay by plan, Nabeela. But they will buy like a Fashion Nova shirt, or they will buy like Pretty Little Thing shirt. Afi, I know you know this. When you buy a Fashion Nova shirt, right, or anything Pretty Little Things, and you open it, the tailoring is usually so bad. Usually you find that the thing is frayed.
Shein.
You'd find that the thing, the time I vex, I say I never go. I bought something Pretty Little Things. New top. The top can be corset top. The cage dislocate. The zip spoil. Yeah. Like I was like for me, I felt like it was disrespectful to me. I think when money buys something, this is what you come and give me. Like Ubu me saying. So sustainability is saying invest in quality clothes. the quality fabric.
That's crazy that you bring this up, because I told Zuu, like, I have a problem with respect to fast fashion. Like, I'll say, like, when Zuu was saying that he tries to be sustainable, I try to be sustainable when I go and buy stuff. Like, don't give me a plastic bag. But like when it comes to fashion, Zuu knows that like I would cop. Like, if I have an event, I will buy something new. Like, I would do it. And I find, in as much as I would like spend my money on something that is really expensive, when it comes to like maybe a shoe or something that I know I want to wear in the long haul, I'm willing to invest that money to buy, like, okay, yes, I'm going to buy a good quality bag, a good quality shoe. Like but when it comes to what?
Like Tag.
Yes, like Tag. Zuu, don't cut this out. It's not promo. But like, when it comes to clothes, I'm just like not so much on that wave, because I always want to look like different. I'm ready to buy the Fashion Novas and the PLTs and the Sheins and just so it's like crazy that when you brought up the sustainable and things, Zuu said he's not always sustainable. Then I started to think about like fast fashion. One of my friends was like, what Zuu said, like, I'm just one person in the world. Me buying an extra Shein top is not going to change anything, right? And that's how a lot of people feel, like.
You know, but I was saying this the other day. This is what the bystander effect is. So recently in New Delhi, a 20-year-old was stabbing his 20-year-old was stabbing his 16-year-old girlfriend to death. There were people. We saw it on camera. Clearly, there were people. Nobody did anything. They said this person thought the next person would act. This person thought the next person would act. Everybody waited for the next person to act. And nobody acted. And in public, we watched, and that 16-year-old girl died. That's the attitude I think we've been approaching things with. It's like, well, you know, she's not doing it. I won't do it. The bystander effect. Just looking at who is standing by and saying, well, they are not acting. I won't act, or let me wait for them to act, then I act. Eventually nobody acts and things go to shit. But like I said, this isn't about saving the world, but this is about quality of life. What food are you eating? I feel like this is more about respect to yourself and to the planet. What food are you eating? What clothes are you wearing? What are you indulging in? What are you giving your energy and your time to? And I like to allude it to like what finance bros say. Put your money, your time, and your energy in things that grow value over time. Maybe I should have given you that as the definition for sustainability. But like, just put your money, your energy, your time in things that will give you value over a long period of time.
I mean, I really resonate with that. So, like for me, when I started eating the way I do now, for me,
where did you get that epiphany from? Tell me. I've been meaning to ask
this story before. It's really not even that special. Like, I feel like if I was you, I would have been
can
lying
you let him
by
have
now.
his moment?
My
Afi,
story is...
you have a secret fixation with like veganism, but it's just like you don't have the chest to do it.
I do. Who knows? I do.
She wants to do it, but like she's...
I really want to do it.
I can tell.
I really want to do it. I don't have the balls yet, but I really want to do it. And Zoo's story, it really hurts me.
It's just
since
boring.
We are here, it really hurts me that like...
No, basically, I was curious. I tried it and I liked it. That's all. That's the short version.
Because I know that I'm not even trying to like, it's not a competition, but I feel like when I reach the point of veganism, like it will be because of some like
profound
thing. I'm just like, so you just liked it. Like the problem is that we carnivores are causing our very grace. You know? Yeah,
I mean, so basically mine was, I liked it as in the sense that I liked how it made me feel. Like I felt healthier.
You see.
Yeah, so for me it started as I'm doing this for myself, like I just want to feel good. But then the longer I was eating that way, living that way, you just start to think about the other things, the bigger picture, like, okay, wow, I don't eat this thing anymore. And then you see like some facts and figures, like, you know, one cow, what was it, like something,
the methane gas?
No, like the amount of water it takes. Let's say if you're eating beans, let's say, and it takes, I don't know the exact figures, but let's say it takes a gallon of water
to grow it
for a plate of beans, basically, in the whole process. But then one slice of steak, because the cow's been drinking water since it was a calf. It's been eating grass which has been watered. The whole snowball effect now is like 10 times as much water that you're using for like just to have a steak and this is to have beans. So like just seeing those types of things and how it affects the environment, you just start to care about those things in addition to yourself. Because me, the primary thing was me, selfish, like me.
I'm glad you
and
said
then
it.
just like my perspective just kind of like changed. So now suddenly I came over like the sustainability side of things, the environmental side of things. You start to care about like animal rights. When you that one day, I promise you, anybody, if you watch some of these documentaries, you think it will come into your mind.
Like the time you took me for that vegan program.
Yeah,
and they were showing like what was the name of the movie? I remember.
Forget, but it was like they're showing some animal
Zuzu was
abuse
looking at me,
documentary.
he was laughing.
Bro,
Because they were always eating bacon and things. They're showing the pigs and then
like
the piglets
how
were
they
suffering.
eat it and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'm actually a big ambassador for.
Actually, it's not like there's if you don't share some type of information, it's not a lie. Like you just didn't share it. It's like you don't have to say the next sentence. It's like,
no. You
Okay,
know,
I have a
I
question.
couldn't find the word, but I'm a big. Is it carnivore?
we are omnivores, but like we are. If you do the spectrum, there's
are
omni
closer
heavy.
to
We are closer to this side. Like the pH is
So
not
I
7,
have a
it's like
question.
12.
So, in the sustainability space, do you often find that there's like pressure, maybe not direct pressure on you, but like just seeing how other people are living? Like, oh, I'm trying to be sustainable, and I know that if I eat in this way, I'm being more. My carbon footprint is smaller. I'm being more sustainable. Do you ever feel pressure like each other for try to stop the meat too? Like,
No.
never.
No.
Eh.
No, because you have to find reasons for yourself. Not necessarily, but like you have to look at your context and do it. Like, let me say the meat matter, for instance, right? The statistics they're giving us are not exclusive to Ghana. They're talking about industrial meat production.
Yeah.
The Fulani, right, and his grazing cows are part of the reason why the ecosystem has been running the way it's running.
But do you know where you get meat from all the time?
Me, I don't eat. Listen, I don't eat frozen meat. Like I don't, unless I would go out because
as in at home. Okay.
Yeah, since
I
my
understand.
mom is a big, she doesn't like frozen meat.
Yeah.
So I know that I'm getting my meat from the local
Source, yeah.
no agbogbolo or kaneshi, something like that. In Ghana, we don't even have the capacity for industrial farms the way the West does.
Yeah.
And we don't, apart from meat that we're producing here, we aren't really producing animal products here.
I
as
think
such.
Ghana, we don't produce that much meat actually.
Because for the Ghanaian, eating meat is a luxury.
Yeah.
So you would never hear me as part of my ethos trying to tell somebody, hey, you go vegan to reduce your carbon footprint.
Same actually.
Yeah, and I don't work with the whole work with the whole carbon footprint. You say you try to mention the statistics. I don't know if it help you. Because I don't concern myself with the
I used to know
statistics.
as well for
I want to even bring something up with respect to sustainability. Where do we draw the line? Like you're saying, the whole point of sustainability is investing in things that would bring quality to your life, investing in things that will bring quality into your life. But where do we draw the line? Because you see, there are some people that have become so sustainable, it's almost unhealthy and disgusting, excuse my language. For example, like those people who they'll say, okay, I'm using the water to bath and I'll squeeze the water, then I'll use the water to do this. And then you can see very well that this isn't sustainable. You're actually going to fall sick.
Yeah.
So where do we draw the line of this is sustainable, this is unhealthy, this is good, this is not? Like
disgusting.
Where do we draw the line? Because you see those things, right?
Self-awareness and informing yourself. Now, let me say this. There was a time where there was massive campaigns about polar bears. That we were causing the polar bears to die.
Yeah.
And there was all
That
this.
Prince Charles, no.
Yeah, there were all these.
Hey, you people, this episode, I beg you, if they shut down Stay By Plan, I'll be so upset because I've worked very hard.
Hey, matter.
Was it Charles or William? One of them. We'll come to that.
So,
But yeah, what did the polar bears do? Tell us.
you have to make a shit.
I know,
Anyway,
because, bro.
But there were like all these moving documentaries about how we were the reasons why So now I decided to do a whole research myself. Now, tell me why there's a correlation between polar bear conservation and rising or stabilize polar bear numbers. That is to say that the reason why the polar bears were reducing was not because the glaciers were not exclusive. The cause of the polar bears it wasn't exclusive to the glaciers melting and falling. Yeah, there's some correlation. Yeah, it may take out a few, but the real reason is because people were hunting down polar bears. So the moment you start a conservation project, what happens? We're actually now starting to see like a stabilization, and in some places an increase in polar bear numbers. Are we seeing that on the news? No. So to that question, I'm going to say, don't focus on what the news is saying. Hell, don't focus on what I'm telling you. Look in your context. Take the facts. Go look for the facts yourself. Care enough to look for the facts. Well, if you care enough to like be sustainable, care enough to look for the facts yourself. Look at your life and shape your life according to that. It's like buying stock.
Yeah.
You know, like if you probably go to like some finance page, they'll say, you know, if you have money, go buy. No, one way to take care of your finances is to invest in stock.
Yeah.
But me, so I know if you invest in stock. You know, it's just not realistic.
Yeah.
You know, I earn in Ghana. In fact, I don't even earn. So if I have money and I'm trying to save that money or make it grow in value, buying stock isn't realistic for me because I can't hold it. So it's the same thing. The fact that somebody is doing it doesn't mean you should do it. And that's because if you end up going to buy stock, you might just put all your money there and you go hungry, and hunger will kill you. In which case, what is the value accumulation doing? So it's the same for sustainability. Look at your context, tailor it to meet your context, and ride with it. Don't just follow the crowd. Self-awareness.
Then what do you have to say to the people who genuinely feel like they are being sustainable, but what they are doing is not healthy? Like the people who, for example, like I say, maybe I'm being sustainable, so I'm going to wear my underwear 5 times without washing it because the soap affects.
Water.
Yeah, I'm saving water. I'm doing this. I'm going to use the same water. Like, what do you have to say for? No, because that's my genuine worry. Like, I believe in sustainability, and I want to be sustainable, but I wouldn't want to put my family or myself in a situation which is like just unhealthy.
Then you're not being sustainable.
Right. So what do you have to say to people
what
like
do
that?
I have to say? Sustainability is not a cult.
We all wash our clothes with the same water.
No. Because sustainability is not a cult.
Yeah.
Ultimately, sustainability is about enhancing the quality of life.
Yeah.
Anything contrary to that is not sustainability. Sustainability is not a cult. Don't do what Greta Thunberg is doing. Don't do what Alexis Ocasio-Cortez is saying you should do. Just because she lives in the US. She lives in is it New York? What does she know about my reality in Wager? You know, so take your time, take it easy, bro.
So if that's the case, then why did Prince William say that?
Hey, you need to cancel this podcast. Hey.
No, I just want
bombastic side.
He said something about Africa's population, that our population is growing too fast, and that is going to lead to climate problems, wildlife. It will affect wildlife in Africa. Everybody was like, you, this guy, you have 2 children, you're about to have a 3rd one. Let's start from home. Why are you having more children? Number 1, if it's so bad to have children. Number 2, Africa, this one, I remember the facts. Africa contributes like 1% or less than 1% of all the greenhouse gases in the whole world. But we are said to be affected the most, out of all the continents in the world. And you've already seen this, like the floods, the recede. Is it receding? How do you say it? It's the sea line, the coastline. Yeah, the water is coming.
It's not receding.
Receding is like hairlines, right?
Receding is rather going backwards. I don't think it's
receding. Yeah, they're saying it's...
Or they're saying it's receding.
No,
the water is
coming.
It's
coming.
The coastline is receding.
Okay. Whatever, we get it.
The water is taking our place away.
Yeah.
Yes, among other things. So it's like, bro, like you said, Greta and all these William and all these other guys, like, why? Why are they doing that to us? Is it like...
I think it's just another form of colonialism and imperialism.
It's a colonial thing. They're blaming us for their own things.
Yeah, we can't, I don't want to cancel your podcast. Let me be nice.
They can't cancel Stay By Plan.
Let me be nice.
Because
so basically, it's just the same...
partners text you that, hi guys, so... concerning episode this, it seems like...
But you carry on.
No, yeah, carry on.
No, but what's the basis? There's no basis.
Yeah.
I always love for us to like look for the fact ourselves. There's no basis. We don't contribute as much emissions. Wildlife threats. I think everybody knows why people have a love for like wildlife, just like killing them and taking them to their houses. I don't know how many of you, your mom or your dad's pastime is hunting down a tiger just to take the scalp to your hole. But they like that. So yeah.
So all the best editing this video.
Everything is staying inside, except the part that I was calling out His Royal Highness.
Zuu, yeah. Look,
You didn't see us all.
no, you what I want you to know.
Tell me.
Don't feel free around Zuu, because me, all the times I feel free around Zuu, he edits himself out and makes me look like
Wow.
a bad person.
Oh, she's nice.
So
Wow.
just be careful.
Don't do
Just
that,
be
don't
careful.
Okay. So I think we also need to, as Africans, it's time for us to take ourselves seriously. Our governments have let us down so many times. And I know people watching this, especially the Twitter people, they're going to see Nabeela shut up and tell the corporations to do their bit and stop all this chat. Well, I'd ask if you had an uncle and he kept promising you something that your life depended on, and he just looked like he won't deliver. A year goes by, 2, 10, 20. Would you still wait on his promise? No, you get your ass up and you do what you have to do to sustain you.
That's
Even
right.
if you don't do what you're not able to get exactly what you would expect from him, you can attempt to. So that is when that's why we need to sit back and realize that we're going to have to save ourselves, or at least attempt to, we can only save ourselves. And so we need to get our ass up, ignore the noise, all the lies, all the eugenics, ignore the opinions of people who do not know your reality. Find truth for yourself, find information from yourself, and go for gold. Quality, I mean.
Okay, so now let's bring it home. Like, we are not minding those
So
people.
you're like my twin, because I was literally about to say what you're about
Aww.
to say.
But yeah, great minds think alike.
Yeah.
So let's bring it home.
Yeah, sustainability
ignoring-
for dummies.
Yes, like, so how do each of us
what are we
sitting here,
supposed to
like,
do?
what can we do to be
Step
more
one.
sustainable, and then maybe just make, even if you're not
Release
making
it.
global change, you're making change within our communities and so on like that.
I think step 1 is self-awareness. Just being aware of what needs to change, what needs to be better, and what isn't going on well.
Let me bust your brain.
Bust it.
I was having this conversation. I've forgotten what me and this person were talking about. We were talking about something that had happened in the country. And then he was like, by the end of the day, like, we Ghanaians need to shut up, because at the end of the day, all we ever do is talk. Like, me and Zuu know that something is really going wrong. But it's like, anyway, it was about the Freedom Park. The Freedom Park, when the whole thing was happening and everybody was like, oh my God, this is so sad. How many people who have gone there, enjoyed the park, gone for Imula there, said that, you know what, guys, let's go and do a human barrier and prevent it from happening. Nobody did anything. So he was like, I shouldn't even say anything. If I know that I'm not going to stand there and like make a change, I shouldn't even come and comment about it with him, because that is the Ghanaian mentality. We are so empathetic and so emotional. It's like, oh my God, why are they doing this to them? Then you are in your house in East Legon under your duvet, like, oh my God, why are they doing this to the Freedom Park? You didn't go out there to help the Freedom Park. So then I'm scared when you say like we should be self-aware, because if it's about being self-aware as an average Ghanaian, that means I'm going to be like, oh my God, I hope Ghana becomes sustainable soon. Amen.
Yeah, so
and that's just what our self-awareness is going to be.
I think first of all you should start. I still think you should be aware of what the problem is. Like, for instance, what's the problem? You have a plastic pollution problem. We do. You don't need anybody to tell you. Step 1. Step 2, our food system is getting contaminated. I don't have to tell you.
It's bad.
Step 3, we have one of the worst air qualities in the world. So that's affecting you. That's affecting your body.
So that's why when people bug out, when people jackpa, they become fresh. So just because we always say, hey, the air is different there. The air is different there, but the air is different there.
And then there's also, you know the Pone landfill. It's filled with like 60% of the force bill goes there,
because half of, like, more than 60% of the stuff that they bring are just
it's
like
trash. And the
as
landfill
we
is
learned
burning.
recently,
Shout out to Yvette.
The landfill has been burning. It's burning.
Yeah.
So that's why you notice that the first one, they've commissioned like a gas plant project there, covered it with AstroTurf, because better that than the thing burning the whole of Kum. So these are the realities that confront you. So first, be self-aware.
Yeah.
Then I'd say, can I use the F word?
I use any word you want.
So let me just be nice.
No, say,
Now kick out instant gratification, right?
So relax. So what would you have said instead of
kick out?
Fuck instant gratification.
Okay. I prefer that one though. Carry on, please.
Okay. Fuck instant gratification. Yeah. So
wait. What's instant gratification for those of us who don't understand?
Listening and acting on your impulses.
Yeah.
So if because Afi go buy a new shirt, even if it be badly tailored shirt, she go buy them. She feels like buying it, so she'll buy it. She desires buying it, so she'll buy it. And so instant gratification is that your desire tells you, go slap this guy, you go slap him. But nobody acts like that. But when it comes to buying, it's like, hey, we know if you hold water body, we didn't need this thing. Why are you telling me don't buy pretty little things? You know?
Yeah.
So deal away with that. The world doesn't revolve around you and your impulses. And also, you run things don't run you.
Yeah.
Those impulses, they don't run you. You run the show.
Yeah.
So show them who's the boss.
But I'm the boss by swiping my card.
No, but that isn't you. That's your impulse.
Right.
That's your impulse getting you to swipe the card.
Instant gratification. It's like, I think a good example is like junk food. Like, I'm craving.
Hey, Senna, somebody's calling your number. Or is your phone is not ringing? Is your phone ringing? Sorry. Yes, you were saying.
I'm just explaining what instant gratification.
Yes.
Like,
please can't you tell my manager,
I want whatever. Give me an ice cream.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm to mention someone's
and just because you can afford it.
No brands. Yeah.
That was literally me today because the weather was so hot and I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I have to eat pinkberry.
Yeah.
And I
But you see how your body is hurting from going to the gym.
Yeah.
You know, that discomfort you put yourself through.
Yeah.
It's because you know the value you're about to get at the... You know when it comes to sustainability, make I tell you something. It's not difficult. You see, said all these questions you ask me, Seth.
I know.
You know, be difficult. Like, it just be say you are not interested.
Yeah.
Because you went to the gym yesterday, your body is hurting you.
Yeah.
It be pain you, but you appreciate the value you're about to get at the end.
Yeah.
So, you know, you go
By
through that
December,
pain.
dear.
But when we say... Exactly.
So we digress. But
We digress.
Zoo and I stay by plan December. Dirty December.
No,
when you see us, we are both wearing matching crop tops.
In it, even if
we have been gymming.
That's for this more.
They'll say, hey,
That's for
we knew.
this more.
Please, I didn't say anything.
Anyway,
yeah, so it's like, you know, delay that. But I think because we do, for, you know, sustainability, because we don't see, because the consequences are not glaring in our faces, we are like, oh,
yes.
Because Afi, your house is not next to a landfill when it is burning and burning into your house. You're like, yeah, I can buy that and I can trash it when I no longer need it.
Yeah.
So that's why I said self-awareness, and then, you know, deal away with instant gratification and then be mindful. You know, so when you feel that impulse to buy that new dress, ask yourself, do I truly want to buy this dress?
Need it.
Afi,
I mean, yes, you
promise,
do, but like, do you
when
need
you give
it?
yourself 72 hours, just show hustle, like control
No, but the
yourself.
party is tomorrow, so can it be 4 hours?
No, so you have to start thinking about it 2 days before.
Exactly.
Like, do I need this dress?
No,
I
but
already have this other dress.
me and you know very well that there are some events that we get invited to like a day before, and it's like, okay, so everybody's wearing pink.
Afi, I've seen
I don't
you.
like pink.
I've seen you.
I don't
right?
have pink dresses.
I've
Now, what
seen
do
you,
want
and
me
I
to
feel
do?
like you're a woman of style.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you have style and you have like pieces,
So don't be a hater.
and you have like pieces that make sense, you don't need to buy into trends.
Yeah.
Now, my style idea is just having a style identity,
Yeah.
especially as you grow up as a woman. And I think like trends, they make everybody look the same.
Yeah.
You know, you're just in the crowd, you're one and the same. But style, knowing how to piece those things you have, that's what makes you stand out to the crowd. So I think if somebody cares about
Hey, so
being,
you're really looking at what the hell?
I'm like absorbing the style,
you know, not to say I have style.
Yeah.
This is
but
my
you've-
style.
Like, she
you
came
know?
with a pink dress and she came with a friend is saying Frutella and it's pink. So like, yeah.
I think is this
She's
a
not-
Ghanaian
she's
company,
not
so I can
paying.
start begging. Be begging.
Oh, how?
This is made in
How
Ghana.
can
No,
this
it's
be
not.
made in Ghana?
Yeah.
Hey, but we can
So-
still get an international endorsement.
But But yeah. Carry on.
Oh my God.
Tell her she stop buying the dresses. Tell her.
So when you like, just don't follow crowds and just. I'm not the one to tell you that, but I think following the crowd.
I'll
is
be the one to tell you. Stop following.
No, honestly, I hear you guys, and I'm really resonating with what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I have to play like the devil's advocate, because that is the reality of the situation. A lot of people are going to listen to this episode and feel very empowered. But when it really comes down to it, I'm gonna buy that dress. Like, that's how. Like, what is your long-term plan for basically the mental? What they call it? Is it mental slavery? No,
mental fortitude.
Like, what is breaking down the mental strongholds of like, this is who I am, and then this is because now
self-awareness.
They've reached a point where they believe that this is who they are. Does that make sense to you? Like, you're asking me to be self-aware, but in being self-aware, then that means there's a lot of unlearning to do.
Wait, okay, so what if when I buy the dresses, I sell them after, or I give them out?
This is my take on dresses. It needs to be quality. Today, I'm working on an article on the Adiye culture in Ghana, right? And then I noticed that the Adiye is losing their relevance in Ghana. And I don't think it's necessarily because people don't want to mend their clothes. It's because the clothes were shitty on arrival. On delivery, your pretty little thing shirt had threads coming out of it. So upon 2-3 washes, it's worn out. You can't. What should Adiye do for you? But let's say you had like a good fabric, like kente. You could buy, 100 kente cloths. Even if you attempt to dispose it off, somebody will see it at the landfill and find use for it.
Yeah.
So those elements in the thing you're buying should be able to be recycled in itself. So, I won't say overconsume. Overconsumption itself is bad.
Afi is buying some clothes for an event that's tomorrow, she should buy quality clothes.
Yeah, she should be able to buy quality clothes that can live long.
No, then if that's the case, then I don't have a problem.
Hey.
But no, honestly.
Afi, but
how much quality is too much quality? Like, does that make sense? Like, what if I'm actually buying quality clothes, but I'm still buying a lot? Like, how much of quality clothes should I buy to be sustainable? Does that make sense?
So in mindful consumption, there's 2 things you should consider. 2 major things for me: production, disposal. So some of these, this is why we should care. You go ask me, say, why make I care? But if you watch videos of these Bangladeshi women and the factories that they work in, and how much Nike pays these people, and the health hazards they go through for you to buy your Nike and stamped, you for care. So even if you're not asking, because you live in a capitalist society, it is premised on demand and supply.
Yeah.
If Nike sees a sharp decline in supply, in demand, it will adjust its body language. It will. But so far as the money continues to, why make I adjust my body language? And the thing is, big fashion houses, they produce in excess always. Yeah. And when the excess is left, they don't give it to you. They don't give it to me. They throw it away. Because it's a matter of business. Business doesn't have emotions. So these are the things that we need to be considering. And then disposal. How are you disposing the thing off? So if for Afi, the shirt you're buying, the disposal is somebody else being able to use it, great. But if your disposal be say that things if we know go feel upcycle matter.
Yeah. And
you should be thinking about that.
Yeah. So I have another point that I want us to address. You kind of touched on it earlier, but let's go deeper into it. There was this time I was passing on the beach road, that's in like Labadi towards like Tema, the beach road.
Yeah.
And there was traffic. So I went to pass like Teshi inside, like the back, the corners.
Yeah.
And there's this big gutter that goes, like it drains from, I guess, parts of Accra and goes into the sea. So I just happened to turn my head right, and I saw like 5 boys
taking a shit.
Bro, they were together squatting in the gutter, just having a conversation. And I was just like, bro, so they don't want to, is this sustainable?
Yeah, because they don't have a toilet, so
it's unsustainable. So
because
again,
it's going inside the sea.
Yeah,
and then people go to the body and be splashing the water into their mouth.
And I said they'll say that the salt sideline situation is very high, so it's no spoiling.
But yeah, please tell us.
So here, what do we say about the quality of life? Zilch. And so that needs attention. But I know that there are lots of like CSOs, big CSOs doing wash. wash initiatives, free toilet facilities initiatives. But I think the matter big, so it be like they no catch the shit. But
I'm offended.
But you know,
Like, yeah.
there's some very popular guy that I was talking to, and maybe you guys will see his thing, but he's trying to do something called Flash, and he's trying to crowdfund.
Like Flush.
Yeah, the project is called Flash. He's trying to crowdfund for building
Sister, to enter the mic.
building
Zuu, come and
toilet
say I did it.
for building toilet
No,
facilities.
sorry. He's called Flash, sorry. He's doing something called Flash.
Yeah, for building toilet facilities for people that need toilet facilities.
Right.
So he's been trying to grow it. He's been thinking about it. He's skeptical that people will be receptive to it. So he's been like trying to refine it.
Yeah.
But when it comes, people will know Flash. When it comes, please give him some 10 CDs so that people will not be defecating in Teshi.
Yeah.
5 boys will not be defecating.
And
Bro,
catching the
that
vibe.
Bro, they're catching the vibe, having a conversation,
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
bro. I was like, like I couldn't believe it. I've never seen something before.
It's
Yeah,
so weird.
and
And just like 2 days ago, someone, like, I live towards, I don't know, for security reasons, but basically I use the beach road, and I was giving someone a ride, and he was like, yo, this gutter right here, like, if you driving here around 5:30 a.m. and you just turn there, like, a shitload of people are like taking a shit, like,
Shit.
it's really
Like
bad.
every day.
Like, and then like people are also somewhere picking sand for buildings, like
Yeah.
there's sand over there. So
One time I went to Jamestown. I think it was maybe around Charlie Watts some years ago, and I was walking on the beach. Oh, Charlie, just feeling free. I wasn't looking where I was going. Something said, "Look down." Hey, I mean, like it's like
This is too
a
graphic,
minefield.
please. Guys,
So now
this is getting
I
too
feel like
graphic.
hop, like I'm jumping left and right because it was everywhere. I was like, "Yo, this is." I entered the public toilets.
It's okay. Please.
It's-
This one.
it was everywhere.
Please, I'm going to eat from here, I beg.
So I hope you remember this.
Yeah.
But
No.
yeah, so if that's not me, at the time I was like, oh, it's enter the sea and maybe it's fine.
and
Maybe
then the
to
animals will
fertilize
eat.
the
the algae,
and,
seaweed. I'll
you
eat
know.
it in
But
sushi.
I've heard recently that actually it's not the best
No, it's
Yeah.
not the best. And
to
if
be.
and so that's the thing about sustainability. If there's always a better way, sustainability is always like pushing the how we go feed do this thing better. Sometimes I truly wish we could find a different name for sustainability.
So wait. Sorry. So the people who do it in the toilets,
Mhm.
where does their own go?
Even the disposal is problematic.
Because I feel like
Because
that
it
one
goes right
goes
into
back
the
into the
ocean.
sea. So they're just
Exactly.
doing it direct.
Yes,
Exactly. This is
maybe that one is even better because it's just watch somewhere.
hey, stay by plan.
I'm sorry, please carry
No,
on.
because like these are the real problems. It's like
Yeah.
These are
this is
the
what makes
real-
people like give up, and they feel like the problem is bigger than me. So
Thank
why
you
am
very
I
much.
stressing myself?
But that's when we all need to come on board because, like I said, for this open defecation matter, I know there are big CSOs that have been actually building the facilities. We've been seeing, but it be like the matter is big. So catch Teshi.
Yeah.
So now somebody is trying to do Flash, right? The person that's trying to do Flash is a branding expert. This guy has no business with, but he's identified a problem
He's
and he's trying to build a social enterprise. So that's what I'm saying that, the solution to our problems, guys, not our policymakers, it's not the government, it's us. Somebody has got to act. And this guy that's about to do his, yesterday he said to me, he's like, I know I won't solve Ghana's open defecation problem, but I know I can add to the solution.
A drop in the ocean.
That's it. If other people had that kind of mentality, imagine where we'll be.
We'll all be like little drops,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Little drops, bro.
Make a mighty ocean.
Yeah. Or me can call you, bro.
Oh, bro, it's okay.
Okay.
What do you prefer?
Please, so before I feel cancel me on her
No,
podcast.
you guys should have fun. I'm just saying, Zuu is a dangerous person, so
Oh, no,
just
don't
be
mind it,
careful.
don't mind it.
Yeah. Do I beg? And the way I laughed after saying, why should they call you, bro?
Oh, don't worry.
Please.
But why do you guys have like a thing?
No.
Hey, this is your laughter to behave you, bro. Like, do you guys have it? Like, how do you guys even know each other? Wait. How do you guys know each other?
How do you know me?
Charlie, talk about it behind the scenes.
No, because like now, this is actually like really weird. Because I remember Zuu was like, "Oh, we need to record an episode with this girl, and we need to do it, and we need to do it, and we need to do it." And like, what does she want to talk about sustainability? I was like, okay, so like she's like a sustainability expert, and he's like, yeah, kind of, and I'm like, okay. But like the energy
I saw
with
you and I poached this idea to you like in January.
No, but then that was like, oh, me and Zuu have already spoken about this before, right? I didn't meet you. The first time I met you wasn't the first time Zuu met you.
Yes.
So where did you guys meet?
I feel like it wasn't the first time.
It was definitely not the first time.
It must have been.
It was the first time.
It must have been.
It wasn't the first time we spoke, but it was the first time we met, and I met her with you.
But you went for the event earlier,
Yeah.
and then we went back again. So I saying the first time you went was when you met her?
No, when I went with you, I met her.
No, you introduced me to her.
No, because we were there together, but you were like somewhere. You were talking to
Ensima.
yeah. And
So
I was
you
like,
just met
Afi.
her that day.
Yeah, like literally right before.
I don't trust you guys.
Yeah. No,
Where
for
did you
real.
meet Zuu?
I'm quiet because I can't remember.
No, for real. I mean, I remember.
So after that day, have you guys been like talking?
Yeah, we talk every night.
We have business together, so we talk.
What business is that?
Don't worry, you'll see soon.
You see soon.
Because Zuu doesn't like kids, so I know that it's not a child.
What kind of
So what business is it?
leap? This one is
We'll
like
tell
jump
you guys.
into
We'll
conclusions.
tell you
No,
guys.
Zuu, the vibe between the two of you is very
The
sketchy.
vibe
Now that I'm
between
deep in
me
it.
and everyone is great.
I think so. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Me and fist bump.
Zoo with the vibes.
That's right.
So what do you think about Zuu, like as a person?
I think he's a cool guy. I think he's a really cool guy. So now that you're asking, I reached out to Zoo about business. And he was cool. Charlie Mata no hard. He make him easy give me down talk here. Like today I'm on this podcast, because I said we needed to do something together and he made it happen. So if you see a cool person, you for Benke man.
Hey, why does this
Charlie.
girl understand elective pigeon? Like, I thought I was like a bro girl, but like her own is serious.
bro.
No, her own is serious.
Yeah.
I'm just like, so this is how I sound when I was speaking pigeon. Because
Why? I sound dumb.
No, not dumb. Like you sound like an elective.
You understand this, man? Yeah.
Like she didn't understand that man. Kasa. Like she says some pigeon words. I'm like, hey, this ain't in my dictionary.
Mata.
I have to add it.
Yeah. So it's all vibes.
Yeah. So basically,
I actually met Zoo in fact, I think I meet Zoo every other week.
Hey,
yeah, on Tuesday. True.
Tuesday. Charlie, Accra is a small place, so
Small
Charlie,
place, yeah.
stay by plan.
That's right. I like how you did that. That was good.
Yeah.
anyway, what's the future looking like for you?
And good
Oh my
too.
God, I've not asked my favorite question in a long time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, ask that one before the future one. Yeah.
Really? What's
Yes.
that?
So like you were talking about how like you failed your exams, you ran off deck, and then now you're on this whole sustainability thing. I'm getting at something with that. So how was your family taking this whole thing? Like how are your friends, like the people around you, when you're like now maybe, hey, what is this sustainability junkie thing you're doing? Like what was the reaction when you're like, this is the journey that I want to embark on?
My people, they are very supportive. My parents are extremely supportive. They've been extremely supportive since like my volunteering bouts. Like I'll come and say, I'm going to the Western region. My father was like, so, what do we need to do? Do I need to get your accommodation? Stuff like that. So he's been very, my mom inspires my sustainability. So if you're on my Instagram, you notice I talk about my mom a lot. The practicality of sustainability, I picked from my mom. No one else. If she didn't give birth to me, I'll probably be leaving school on Friday with a placard saying, sign this petition to save the planet. But because she's my mom...
So you have
You
to
know,
cut
that's
it
just
out.
this.
No, you have to cut it out. 'Cause
but
no.
because she's my mom...
Nobody's doing that, so.
No, but people do that, but because she's my mom, I understand this more about, growing your own food, buying local, not using plastics and stuff like that. My friends are just, utterly supportive. They don't understand what I do, but the mind they give me. So grateful for them.
That's nice. So now what is the future looking like for you? You said you are doing an app.
No, Afi.
What?
No carry me. No, they carry me go where I don't know.
You say you're doing an app that would tell us that you use plastic.
That ain't me. That
I've
ain't
added negative points to the earth.
No, she didn't
It's
say
giving
that. She
Black
didn't say
Mirror.
that.
No, I'll add
She didn't say
no,
that.
but we'll add this to the blueprint. So you have the dream, you have the plan, because I never mentioned. Go work on
But
it.
you said
Afi.
something about like you're working on your baby.
Yeah, my baby is GoTo, and GoTo is going to be the hub for everything sustainable.
So it's not an app. It's
Hub.
a hub.
hub.
Oh.
Hubby, hub.
Okay.
It's the help to hubby.
Okay.
Exactly. So
to hubby.
Yeah. To hubby. I'm playing.
So your facial expression was good because it's like
playing.
happy is equals to marriage is equals to children. Red flag. Why do you hate kids so much? But Zuu gets along well with the children.
The
No, I
children.
don't hate them. I don't have their time. That's all.
You know, children always like the person that doesn't have their time.
Because this time,
For
me
some
and
reason.
Zuu went to my sister's place, and then my nephew is like 2 or 3. He was sitting on the dining table, and Zuu was sitting there. Then this baby just started to back up, and back up, and back up, and the next thing I know, this boy is sitting on Zuu. Hey.
I was like, bro, what's
It's
up?
like, bro, what's up?
No, it's like kids have this radar. It's like they look in the room and they're like, who doesn't like me here?
Yeah.
You come to baby. No, but it's going to be the hub for everything sustainability. We want to, hook you all onto like all the cool stuff sustainability people are doing, because people are doing a lot of cool stuff. Like there are these group of people in tech. They're doing the Ishara app. And the Ishara app allows you to convert your plastic waste into digital coins. So you can use that to pay for like your prepaid services, electricity bills, water bills, DSTV bills. And they're actually on the MIT Solve program right now. So
That's so
Ishara
cool.
app, yeah, they've been on the course. People love sustainability here and they're doing the job. Actually, the ecosystem. Ghana will just stifle stuff,
at all.
So, we want to link you to all these exciting people, these exciting innovations. We want you to save your money. We want you to take care of your body whilst you're doing it.
Is it going to be a location? Sorry, maybe I'm slow, but like, is it going to be like a location? Okay, so answer me. Is it going to be a location, or is it going to be like a platform? Is it like some SNS? No, Zuu said I'm slow, so let him answer. So what exactly is it going to be? Like, how is she communicating all this information to us through her baby?
I mean, I guess the platform will be like through social media and stuff, right?
Yeah, and a website.
And
then through really fun, events.
Right.
So we had one last 2 Mondays at the Goethe Institute. Zuu was there.
I was there.
We had an open conversation. It was really fun. Yeah. July 1st, we have a clothes swap event coming up.
How about if you don't want to swap, you just want to give? Is that?
Please do come. Have a nice time. We're going to have like a stylist on board. We're going to have like an ADAE on board.
You said this when
July 1st.
No, I have to be there.
Yeah, so if you like find a piece that doesn't fit you, you need to alter it. We have the ADAE on standby that is going to alter it for you.
It's too big.
Exactly. You can come use their services. We'll be excited to have you
for free.
Yeah. We want you to come and have a nice time.
It's free.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't free, I would be there.
Zuu, please.
What the hell are you trying to say?
No, Zuu has been a part of Go-To, not gonna lie. Zuu has been a part of Go-To idea since last year.
Okay.
So yeah. In fact, it's true. I've been picking ideas from Zuu. That's true. So we're going to have like DIY workshops, and then on September 16th, we're having a huge fun fair or festival, if you like, at the Assembly, Accra Metropolitan Assembly forecourt.
Yeah.
Open Spaces is going to be there. If you love open spaces, come have fun conversations. Not about sustainability.
But
It could be about cheating, or them telling you not to give birth to children.
Yeah, I know, open space.
Yeah, like I said, it could be about cheating, or some white man telling you not to have children because you kill tigers. Yeah? Anyway.
Some wise man said that. Don't worry, I'll tell you.
I think I live under a rock. Really.
No, but I said it like a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
I get
that guy.
Understand.
Anyway, so thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. We had a nice time.
It's been an amazing and informative episode. I've learned so much. I hope Afi has learned a lot.
I've learned a lot, but I just want to say that, please, all statements and things said by each person on this podcast is for them and only them.
Yeah, all the statements said by me they represent just me.
All the statements Zuu said represent Zuu, and all the statements I said represent Stay By Plan.
Can you imagine?
I didn't say anything bad though today. I actually didn't say anything bad.
Usually you talk.
Why do they come for you people sometimes?
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine?
they go over you this when this episode comes out anyway. So we will not cut anything out. So thank you so much for the social media interactions. Yeah.
All right, guys. See you on the next episode. Bye. This episode of Stay by Plan was hosted by Afi Zuu. Production by Afi, Zuu, Senna, and Nikita. Episode was edited and produced by Zuu. Sound design by Senna. Photography and videos by Ellis Etonam and Nams. Motion graphics by Eugene, and the intro song is by Lil Kwaw.